Welcome back, everybody. Derek Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, a few days ago, I learned that AT&T service yard, which is right behind me on the other side of this fence, is going to be leaving. And that's going to create a really big hole of uh, property here in deep East Oakland. What this yard covers is 4 square blocks. That's 400 uh, acres of open yarded land here, and it's going to be sitting empty. Chances of somebody actually picking this up and occupying this is slim and none. How do I know this? Because there are several properties right here in deep East Oakland that sat empty and continues to sit empty. Speaking of which, Atlas Towing, which is literally just down the street from us, took over from um, Lakeside Recycling, and they closed up. They literally just got so frustrated with the city of Oakland, also could not find property that they could lease somewhere else, and they just threw their hands up, said, we'll just close up, and that's what they did. So that building remained empty for some time, and uh, the landowner um, decided that he couldn't uh, lease the property for what he wanted to get. So he ended up selling it. And so that's how what happened to the property, 800 77th Avenue. It was sold along with the property, the street adjacent to it. So they're defending that pretty strongly, but it took a while. And uh, here in East Oakland, there's so much crime, and the reason why AT&T is moving out is because there's so much crime and break-ins. I'm going to take you for a little walk up the street in a little bit and show you all the damage to the fencing. So hang on, I'm going to do actually that tour before we climb the ladder, and I want to show you how big the yard is. And I have an idea and several ideas for the yard, but it also depends on who owns the property. So I'm going to have to go downtown Oakland at 1111 Madison Street to look up the who's the owner of this property. I'm so we'll be right back. I'm going to show you some of the holes that are left by the criminals. Okay, what you're looking at is damage from some of the criminals that have broken into the yard, the AT&T yard, and you'll see more. Here's this one. They just tore the steel fencing, and if they're not doing that, they're using cordless grinders, hacksaws, all sorts of things to gain entry. So you can see that one. You know, they just used a pair of tin snips and took their time because nobody's stopping them. Then we go a little further down. You see that one. This one right here, you can see that they use a grinder and cutting wheels. And same thing, we'll go take a look at some of these at the very end here. But this is why AT&T is leaving. They're under constant attack. And when you see this one, they just cut the crap out of the fence. And if you can see through, they put some steel on the other side of the fence. They've been hardening the other side as much as they could. And then there just becomes a point where you throw your hands up, say, we got to leave. We can't, we're losing too much money here. There's city of Oakland's not dealing with the crime. And so this lot, this is 400 acres, is going to sit empty for quite some time. This is 4 square blocks. We have some security. This is the thing that I'm concerned with, losing the cameras and the lighting here on this street, because that's helped reduce the crime. And then when things do happen, yeah, but we have a record, because right there is the camera from the towing yard, and so it's focused over here. Okay, this is a look inside of the AT&T yard. You see it is quite spacious. I mean, there's a lot of room here, and it goes all the way from 77th Avenue to 75th Avenue, crosses over the building right there. That is 76th Avenue. So this is a big yard. Like I said, 400 acres is going to be abandoned here. And what I'm recommending is that we look into creating a homeless settlement here, a long-term homeless settlement. And how we pay for that is Measure W. There's nearly $500 million in that account right now that Alameda County has. And Measure W, what that was back in 2020, we passed a half-cent sales tax here in Alameda County on all retail sales. And all of those retail sales since 2021 up to current have created nearly $500 million of revenue to address Alameda County's homeless issue. And the other side of the fence here, that could house practically everyone who is looking for housing or is in Oakland and is homeless. And there's room for expansion. We could have a lot going on in there, along with the continuum of care. So it addresses drug addiction, it addresses the homeless issue, addresses so many different issues here, and provides an area where folks can have access to nearby social services. Just a short bus ride over the freeway. There's BART, there's AC Transit, there's medical services right up at the Eastmont Mall with the Eastmont Wellness Center. So there's a lot of advantages to turning the other side of this fence into a long-term homeless settlement, and it would not cost you taxpayers or any of the taxpayers in Alameda County any money. Your taxes aren't raised or addressed. Also, important characteristic about Measure W was that it was a 10-year program, and it was to raise $1.5 billion to build housing and to keep people from becoming homeless by helping them having a resource for backup sustainability in housing. And so your rent could be paid for that for a certain amount of time. So that's what these monies were for. But right now, Alameda County's supervisors are trying to redirect $390 million of that current $500 million or $500 million for other things in Alameda County's budget, but they don't have the money. And so they're illegally trying to redirect monies that are purposely and was approved by you, the Alameda County voters and taxpayers, to say we want to address homeless issues here in Alameda County. We're willing to add a 0.5% tax to our retail tax base, and that's what has happened. And so, Oakland, you need to get on this project, because this is a great opportunity when AT&T moves out, which is in the very near future, because they're already working at developing the new property, or the property they're going to at on Doolittle Drive. So this is going to be something that should be highly considered. It's in an area that a lot of people aren't going to put up a lot of criticism or um, uh, what's the word for it? Uh, Resentment, or the not in my backyard, the NIMBYs. So anyway, this is something that needs to be considered. Hog, we should really consider uh, talking about this particular property and seeing who's the actual landlord and what can be done to secure this property for a long-term settlement. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.